Welcome back to C3S. I'm your host, Justin Spears. But I got some friends joined in with me, C3S analysts Jake Kavanaugh and Brandon Dawkins. Guys, how was the Easter break?
Easter was cool, kicked it with some friends, stayed at home, low-key, had some good food. Just kind of sat around, but it was fun.
I took it back to the childhood years, painted some eggs with some friends, and did a little Easter egg hunt with some of the little family members, the younger brothers and sisters, so that was good and fun.
Did you win?
Yeah, I was going to say, did you please tell me you beat the little ones?
Oh, I wasn't part of it. I took part in the
Got
painting, and then they all searched for him. I let them. I would have won. It's on the record. I would have won that game.
Of course, standard.
All right, well, the 2015 college basketball season has come to an end after the Duke Blue Devils closed out the Wisconsin Badgers late in the second half, beating Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker 68-63, giving Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski his fifth championship in Durham. Guys, what are your thoughts on Duke winning the national championship?
Well, last time I did this, I did say Duke was going to win, so I just want to remind everybody of that, just that I was right. My Final Four was too, but it's Coach K. He's the best coach in college basketball right now. It's his fifth title, and when he won his first two, his players weren't even born yet, so he's been doing this for a while. I'm not surprised. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, going off what Jake said, definitely think Coach K, legendary coach, got shouts out from Kobe Bryant on Instagram and things like that. Obviously, Coach Kobe Bryant in the Olympic game, so they have a little pass together, and Coach K is just a legendary coach. He's going to go down as one of the best.
And, you got to give it up for Coach K. He's been with Duke for so many years, and it's like all of his championships are spread out. Obviously, we know, the great Christian Laettner teams.
Of course,
and then,
yeah. Four straight Final
and
Fours.
Exactly, and winning one with Kyle Singler early on and now getting his fifth championship. I think it's great for Coach K to add another one. Anyways, Monday was also a day for baseball. Baseball is finally back, and Monday was opening day for the MLB. Harbor and Trout went yard. A's pitcher Sonny Gray threw a no-hitter through 7 innings. And an A-Rod received a loud ovation in the 2015 season is underway. Guys, what can we take from the first day?
I'm surprised A-Rod got that feedback. I don't know. I didn't expect a lot of boos, but I didn't think they'd be as stoked to see a guy who's just been roiding and has been suspended for a year and a half. But also the Yankees looked awful. Tanaka let up 5 runs in 4 innings. I think they'll be at the bottom of the AL East this year. It's going to be ugly.
Brandon?
Being an LA guy, obviously I watched the LA Dodgers and San Diego game. It was won obviously by Dodgers, and
6-3, baby.
Jimmy Rollins hit that three home runner, and that sealed the game off for him. And I just enjoyed watching it. It was a good opening day.
And Dodgers also losing Matt Kemp. That was a key part of their outfield, but it's kind of too crowded. They still have Ethier. They still have.
He came back with a nice beard.
Exactly.
Exactly. I'm kind of getting there.
And Yasiel Puig is primed to have another exciting season. So Dodgers, look out for them in NL West, and don't sleep on the Padres. Don't let that be known. They got the Upton brothers, and then
they made that trade with Atlanta. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Matt Kemp, and then they also got Craig Kimbrell, the closing pitcher for.
That's right.
So don't sleep on the Padres this year. But, anyways, moving on to Arizona hoops. The Wildcats lost to Wisconsin 78-85 in the Elite Eight once again last week, and the future looks very different for Sean Miller and company. Arizona could take a little step back, especially potentially losing Hollis Jefferson, actually today declaring that he will go to the NBA draft. Brendan Ashley will most likely be gone. Stanley Johnson, Caleb Tarczewski, and, of course, the senior veteran T.J. McConnell. Guys, I know Arizona has a top 3 recruiting class, but what do you guys expect for next season? Jake, we'll start with you.
I expect kind of the same. They're number 2 behind, of course, Kentucky, and they're going to have, potentially Johnson and Ashley might come back. So if they have that, they'll have Alonzo Trier, Justin Simon, Ray Smith. So they're going to have a pretty good team. Miller knows what to do with freshmen, how to make them good, so I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, like you said, we're getting a lot of guys back, or hopefully we'll be getting a lot of guys back. But we're also adding a couple. Getting Kadeem Allen is gonna have a breakout year. I feel like definitely a guy we wish we could have had this year, but definitely feel like he's gonna help out the team in this upcoming season.
And Kadeem Allen, also the number 1 junior college player in the country, getting some national recognition. He is just one of those guards that Arizona needs, and it's gonna be interesting to see what him and Alonzo Trier can do in the backcourt. So. Might add a nice 1-2 punch, just like what Gabe York and Nick Johnson was last season. So anyway, staying with the Wildcats, which Wildcat on this roster has the best chance of succeeding in the NBA? Jake?
Hollis Jefferson, in today's NBA game, you have to your three is kind of become the most important position. So if you have someone on your team who could guard that, their best player, that's super valuable. Obviously, Hollis Jefferson's a great defender on the ball anywhere. So I just feel like if he picks up his offensive game, he's going to be really effective, but he's off to a good start as is.
And then
As for Stanley Johnson, hopefully he doesn't leave. The word's not out yet. We don't know exactly for sure, but if he goes to the NBA, he'll definitely have an instant impact. I feel like he's got that body type and that build. Is just an athlete. It's hard to make comparisons with somebody so great, but I feel like a good comparison for him would be like LeBron James, just play type and just athletic ability as well as his body type. Obviously, LeBron James is a hard person to be compared with at such a young age, but Stanley only being a freshman and being as good and having the ability he had as well as having the season that he had, I can feel that just connection coming and see it in his senior years into his NBA career.
now, Jake, I want to go back to what you said about Rondae Hollis Jefferson. He's kind of seems like one of those players who's a tweener almost. It's like he could play anywhere from the 2 position all the way to the 4. What if he were to get drafted by any team? What team do you think would be the best?
Well, I think he's used to playing the 3 position because Johnson was kind of the wingman this year. And when he was coming off the bench last year as a 6-man, he was coming in at 3. And he's 6'7". Like I feel like most threes, LeBron's 6'8". He needs to add a little bit more to his frame though, make him more effective so people can't take him to the hoop. So we'll see. He could switch though. I feel like he's athletic enough too.
And then if you were to pick any team in the NBA that Stanley Johnson could play for, who do you think he could play for? Or Brandon?
Oh, me. Ooh, that's hard. I mean, anywhere I think he'd go, he'll have an automatic impact. It just depends on where he goes. Obviously, there's some strong teams out there right now, but a guy like him, he has so much upscale potential to be a great. No matter where he goes, he'll take in the coaching well as he did this freshman year, and he'll apply it. And I feel like no matter where he goes, hopefully we can land him in LA. That'd be big Laker fan, so hopefully we can land him in LA and see what he can do there. We definitely need him bad, so hopefully we can get him.
That'd be awesome to see. You can have a potential lineup with Jordan Clarkson, Kobe Bryant, and Stanley Johnson, and then possibly
Julius Randle,
and maybe add a big guy late in the draft. We don't know.
Don't forget Swaggy P.
And don't forget Swaggy P.
Don't forget Swaggy P, my man.
Well, when we come back, we're playing a game called Hash Cats and a game of 30 seconds. You are tuning in to Channel 3 Sports on UATV. We'll cut out.
Anything for free, I keep my enemies closer than my mirror ever gets to me. And if you think that there is shelter in this attitude, where do you feel the warmth of my gratitude? I get the feeling that it's 2 against 1. I'm already fighting me, so it's another one.
Welcome back, friends, to C3S, and now that we're back, let's play a game that is new at Channel 3 Sports, and that's called Hash Cats. C3S analysts are going to give a Twitter hashtag about what they think about the topic that I give them. So, the topic today is 2015 basketball recruits. Guys, what is your hashtag for McDonald's All-American Alonzo Trier? Jake, we'll start with you.
I'm going with about time because it's about time that Arizona gets a score. I'm tired of these offensive droughts where they just don't score for like 7 minutes. They're just missing shots. Trier's going to come in, drain. We'll be fine from there. Or Arizona will be fine from there.
Brandon, what's your hashtag?
I'm going with hashtag baller. I just feel like I've been watching him, watching Alonzo and just watching his play type. And like he said, he's a scorer, and that's definitely something we need on this Arizona team in this upcoming season. So going to be glad to have him and see what he can do in this upcoming season.
All right, well, Alonzo Trier is probably one of the best scorers in this 2015 class. So I'm going to go ahead and go with hashtag buckets. He is just a pure scorer, 6'4". He averaged over 20 points a game at his high school, and he just killed it in the McDonald's All-American game. I'm looking for Alonzo Trier to be just a flat-out scorer, even better than Nick Johnson was a couple of years ago. All right, so now we are going ahead to potential Arizona commit, but still battling out with Cal, Ivan Rabb, who happens to go to the same high school that Brandon Ashley went to. Guys, what's your hashtag, Jake?
My hashtag is move out. Come to Arizona. He wants to go to Cal because that's where he's from, but he needs to get out of there, come to Arizona, be with a legit program. Cal in basketball, they are not going to do anything. Come to Arizona, get noticed, higher draft stock, and moving out for college is fun. I did it. I recommend it.
Got to do it sometime.
Yeah.
All right, Dawkins.
I'm going with hashtag versatile. I feel like this man plays a lot, as well as he went to the same school as Brandon Ashley. Watching tape on the guy, tremendous athlete, good on defense, offense. He's got good post moves. He's a big guy, and I just feel like he's somebody that we could pick up, especially if we lose Ashley in this upcoming draft.
Well, my hashtag, and I'm going with a Kanye West song, a newer song, hashtag all day. You know what? I don't care what you say. Ivan Rabb is all day. He is the type of player that you want on your team because, he's still considering Kentucky. He still has Arizona on his list and also Cal, but he's that type of player where as soon as he walks into a program, he will make an immediate impact. And even if Brandon Ashley comes back and somehow Ivan Rabb decides to commit to the Wildcats, it's going to be a nice 1-2 punch there at the 4 position. All right, guys, last one, 6'4" point guard. 2015 from Temecula, Justin Simon. Kavanaugh.
My hashtag is size up because it's about time Arizona gets a point guard with size. I care about McConnell. I love how fire he is at 6 foot. And then Parker Jackson Cartwright doing it for the little men out there at like 5'8". But we need a big guy at point. It's going to be more effective if he's 6'4" and Miller can turn him into a McConnell-like player. That'll be so much more effective. And I think Arizona, they can get to the Final Four.
I'm going with hashtag athlete. I feel like just going off what he said, having a guy 6'4" with some size will definitely help out. Obviously, coming in as a freshman, it's going to be hard to transition. Hopefully not, but having guys like Parker around who have a season under his belt is going to help out with him and his confidence. Obviously, it's going to be hard losing McConnell this season, but I feel like we're pretty set at the guard position, and this will definitely help us out to have an athlete like this to be able to push the ball down court and hopefully make some moves inside as well as outside.
Well, that little guy that you just mentioned, Parker Jackson Cartwright, he is actually part of my hashtag as in poor PJC. I feel so bad for the little guy because look at it, he's 5'8", but he's scrappy for Miller. He was that guy that came in off the bench and he was almost like TJ McConnell's protege. And he was that guy that expected to fill in as soon as McConnell leaves. But now that you have a 6'4" point guard, that's hard to start little Parker Jackson Cartwright over 6'4" point guard. So
he's got like
I feel bad
a
for
foot
little
on
guy.
him. Yeah.
It's all about heart at the end of the day, though. I feel like Parker had a very good season for his freshman year coming in, especially behind a guy like McConnell. I feel like he had an excellent year, and I feel like he'll have an even better year this upcoming
Earl Boykins, baby.
Earl
Boykins, 5'6".
And like I've always heard, it's about the size of the fight in the dog rather than the size of the dog in the fight. Well, that will do it this week for us. And check out tonight's episode on YouTube and follow us on Twitter and like our Facebook page. And tune in next Tuesday for another live edition of C3S. For Brandon Dawkins and Jake Kavanaugh, I'm Justin Spears, wishing you all a great week. And thank you for tuning in to UATV Channel 3 Sports.